Could go on and on and on and on and complain about that Packers game. But one, you got the win. And two, holy shit. Jalen Phillips is good. But let's get straight into it. All right, man. Eagles win 10-7 ball game. I mean, a snooze fest. I thought about bringing out my blanket for this video. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do all that because I did get a little excited during the third and fourth quarter. I mean, first half is literally nothing to talk about. It was a 0-0 ball game. The defense on the Packers was doing their job. The defense on the Eagles was doing their job. Both offense, Matt LaFleur and Kevin Patullo wasn't calling the best game. But I will say this. Before people go back and watch the game and give their analysis and really think about it, because a lot of initial reactions, I believe, is going to shit on Kevin Patullo, right? Which he deserves some blame or whatever. And some of y'all in my comments might shit on Kevin Patullo, which I won't be mad at. But I look at that game overall. I'm like, you know what? That wasn't a game to be aggressive. That wasn't it. Because the Packers tried it and they got stopped multiple times on fourth down. Whereas though, we didn't try it. It was times it was like 3rd and 12. We had just run the ball. And I'm live streaming and watching the game. I'm like, I don't really like it. But when you go back, see the final score and how we won, it's like, yeah, this was the game to be conservative. Now, we conservative against like the Giants and stuff like that. Yes, that shit pisses me off. But Jordan Love wasn't doing anything. So if you had to give up and punt, give up and punt. You had to just take the field goal, take the field goal. This was not the game to be ultra aggressive. This was a game, cold, windy game in Lambeau. You just got to win it. You just have to win it. The numbers are not going to be great this game. You know what you're signing up for this game. This ain't it. This is tough nose, Green Bay defensive football, and Eagles tough nose defensive football. And like I've been telling y'all, I said in a couple videos, I'm like, Jordan Love is ass. He's been ass. His number is figured out. No Tucker Craft. And he missing a wide receiver, Matthew Golden. You could get him. He don't have those guys to bail him out. You can win this game. So that's exactly what we did. So again, let me start with the offensive side. I don't know why I keep saying so. Let's start with the offensive side just in general. I mean, if I had to give him a grade, I would give him a C. The reason why I give him a C is because you didn't do things that hurt the team. Jalen Hurts did fumble. He fumbled, but they did not score off of it. So it really didn't matter. And it still ended 0-0. Maybe it could have mattered because you could have got 3 points or at least a touchdown that drive. But it didn't hurt you in the long run because you still won. And man, this was just the game to be conservative, in my personal opinion. Special teams was fine. I thought Gibson did something boneheaded, but got bailed out. That was a touchback. Other than that, special teams, average day. Defense, A plus 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 plus. A plus 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 plus. Actually, before I get to the defense, offense, Nick Sirianni, if you ever do something like that again, calling the play on 4th and 6 with 20-something seconds left, and you try to throw a goal ball to A.J. Brown to satisfy him, I'm calling the FBI myself for you to be investigated. I'm sorry. What the hell were you thinking? I would prefer even just trying to field goal right there before you pull, let me throw a go ball to A.J. Brown. Hell, I would prefer slant, curl routes, stick routes if we're going to try to go for it just to kill the clock. But a go ball touchdown, that felt like, honestly, you forcing it and you wanted the numbers to match because you seen Smitty, he catch the dagger. That game was so boring, right? Smitty catch the dagger. People in my comments like, yo, you had one of the least type of fan reaction ever. I'm like, I was bored the whole game and I'm sleepy, bro. Like, I'm bored and I'm sleepy. I'm like, oh, Smitty, dagger, the touchdown. Y'all like, what the hell? Where your energy at? Shit, dude, I had energy 5-6 hours before this game. But yeah, don't ever do nothing like that. Like I would call the FBI. I'll be on my Charleston White junk. FBI, come to Philly. I think he's a coach. I think he's gambling. I think he's gambling, bro. Like he ain't get his numbers with AJ Brown. He put some money on him, and he's doing this, and now it's about to cost us the game. Investigate him, please, please. If ever, I'll call the FBI myself. Kevin Patullo, Nick Sirianni, I'm calling the FBI my damn self for y'all to get locked up. But back to the defensive side, I mean, I don't usually like to pull out the numbers on a reaction, but man, Jalen Phillips. Actually, let me pull up the numbers really quick. 8 pressures, 7 hurries, 1 QB hit, 6 total tackles, 5 stops, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. I mean, welcome to Philadelphia. This is what we've been needing for the edge room. And I can't sleep on what Jalen Hunt did. Jalen Hunt had one of his best games. I mean, was sack. He was getting pressures. He was getting QB hits. I like him more in that rotational role. When we asked a lot from Jalen Hunt, no offense, he wasn't giving us enough. But him just rotating, staying fresh more, you got the best out of Jalen Hunt. Nolan Smith felt like he was on the snap count, but he was getting pressures. He was getting QB hits. I wonder if that run that Jordan Love took, did that count as a sack or just a tackle that Nolan Smith got? But Nolan Smith was phenomenal. Y'all was on my head top. I'm calling the comments out. I said my last video before this one, I said, yeah, I don't mind Adoree Jackson, being out there. I would like Adoree Jackson and Quinyon Mitchell. It'll be fine. I'm like, it was just that one game. He was really terrible. But every other game, he's been fine. You know what I was writing in my comments? Eagle Owl, do you watch the games? Eagle Owl, Adoree Jackson is terrible. I don't know what he's talking about. Adoree Jackson's been bad ass. I'm like, okay. What did Adoree Jackson do this game? Was he good or was he good? Was my guy Adoree Jackson good or was he good? Y'all know how I am when everybody's knocking on the guy. I'm like, okay, let's not do that. Like, y'all know how I am. Like, I don't like bashing players. I might have to go back to the offensive side and bash a guy. I'm sorry. But when I see it constantly happen, I'm like, okay, he's not that bad. And Adoree Jackson might have had one of his best games. And this is why I don't want to go back to it, but this is why I wasn't the biggest fan of the Jair Alexander thing, because I was thinking like Jacorian Bennett get right. I think Adoree Jackson is fine. It's just that we've been seeing a lot of Keely Ringo, who, no offense, is just not an NFL starting cornerback. He's a second, third, maybe fourth string cornerback. That's who he is. So when he's on the field, he's been terrible. But Adoree Jackson as a CB2, he's not as bad as y'all pushing. I'm telling y'all, he's not as bad as people pushing it. But yeah, he had one of his better days. We know Quinyon did Quinyon things. I thought DeJean had one of his worst games, actually, with the holding. I thought he got burnt a couple times, to be honest. Reed Blankenship had one of his better games. Andrew McCouber did not catch a pick, and he did not have a flashy play. But looking at him, at least through the TV tape, he did not have a bad game. The linebackers were phenomenal. Besides the Campbell pass interference, he had a good game. And Kobe Dean had one of his better games with the sack fumble. Zach Bond just do Zach Bond things. Sometimes we don't even mention him because we know he's just that good. Defensive line, I thought Jalen Carter had a very impactful game with the tip balls, getting pressures, basically having Jordan Love see ghosts, because there was time where guys were open, but Jordan Love was questioning himself because Jalen Carter would be right there, or Moro Jarmo chasing him down, Jalen Phillips chasing him down, Jalen Hunt chasing him down. Then Nolan Smith come in and chase him down. I thought BG was fine coming off retirement. He didn't miss a tackle. But I thought BG had a decent day. The defensive line looked like the defensive line. So I like it. I like what I seen far as with the defensive side. Offensive side, was it a snooze fest? Yes. This is the game. You don't want to do too much. And honestly, I think Jalen Hurts, even after this game, is still in the MVP conversation. Yes, he did have a turnover, but you can't get mad against a Green Bay Packers defense. You throw for 182, a touchdown. You don't throw an interception. I don't think he was sacked either. I thought basically the dagger to Smitty was on the money. He was hitting Goddard. Goddard had one of his better days. He didn't get the touchdown this time, but Goddard had one of his better days. It's just really AJ didn't have the day. AJ didn't have the day, but it happens. I thought Saquon run game wasn't that great, but that pass and that 41 yarder he took it for, a shout out to AJ Brown with the effort block was phenomenal. It was phenomenal, man. But 10-7 ball game. I'm on your side with the snooze fest, but don't be too hard on the offense. I would say that just don't be too hard on the offense. This was a game. You going into Lambeau, and you just come out there with the victory. Now your division just been losing. Like Cowboys been losing, Washington been losing, Giants are basically out of it, and you get the dub. You can't be mad at that because remember those teams lost during the bye week and they lost on Sunday. I think the Cowboys on the bye, if I'm not mistaken. So most of those teams lost on Sunday, or if not all of them, and all of them lost before. And then remember, Tampa, they lost again. You got a chance to get a tiebreaker on the Lions. So, and you just knocked off Green Bay, so you got a tiebreaker on them. Eagles, you keep doing us. We keep doing us. Keep winning. Of course, if we play like this against the Lions, we're not going to win. But I doubt we go into the link playing like that. This was just a game. I'm going to keep emphasizing it. Conservative was enough to win this game. You did not want to be ultra aggressive. But that's all I got for you guys today. Hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel, man? Honestly, I'm positive on this one. I'm really positive on this one. And I believe we turn it around for us, the offensive side. Let me say it one more time. Don't be too hard on the offense, man. This is Eagle Owl, man. I'm out.